There is nothing more enjoyable as playing or watching sports on nature's natural surface, grass. A well-maintained field is a tribute to the grounds superintendent. It should be smooth and forgiving, allowing the ball to run through. It should be elastic and comfortable to play on, allowing the players to perform to the best of their abilities and minimizing the possibilities of leg injuries. With increasing demands being made on the leisure industry for more grass sports, groundsmen are left with many hours of maintenance and repair to try to achieve the high standard that sportsmen expect. Worldwide, top groundsmen agree the most serious problem is soil compaction. Badly draining fields containing excessive water have a big influence on a game. The ball makes unexpected motions and players cannot control the ball. The game itself might be attractive, however, the outcome is more the result of a lottery than of a genuine match. Usually, chances for the favourite team to win the match decrease. Chances of injuries like twisted ankles and whiplashes can occur. Under these circumstances, the match should be cancelled, which is often not possible due to TV programmes, playing schedules, travelling commitments of the visiting team and its supporters. The pressure on the hosting ground to let the match kick off is enormous. Compaction forces out the air channels, making it impossible for the water to soak through to the root system. The soil has become too hard to let anything through. As a result, the roots have no other option than to stay superficial. The classical way of breaking up soil compaction is by driving the forks of a pitchfork into the soil, leaning it backwards. Compaction is relieved and excessive water drains away. A mechanically driven operation called Verti Draining is doing the same job as the pitchfork. The Verti Drain drives tines up to a depth of 400 millimeters straight into the soil. Then they crank backwards, lifting and breaking up the soil. Life-giving air is reintroduced into the soil, allowing the water to flow through to the root system. This allows roots to grow downwards with many ramifications. Deep, thick, solid tines can be applied to break open deep laying compaction layers, or thin needle tines for quickly preparing a field before a match. Hollow coring tines can be applied too, for vertical penetration to exchange the soil with new sand.
Kun jij uitleggen wat die Verti Drain Mustang machine nou precies doet?
Can you explain how the Verti Drain works? It makes the top layer loose. For the players, it becomes soft, so that they will not slip easily. And the result is a much better root mat. Compaction forces roots to stay superficial. With shallow roots, when sliding, the grass comes easily loose. The field will deteriorate quickly. It will become bumpy and uneven. It breaks the soil slightly. The top layer becomes a bit looser, so the players have more grip on the surface. I am Verti draining at least once every 3 to 4 weeks, and now I have a very thick grass mat and a very dense root mass.
Este campo estaba
This field was totally compacted when we started. There was a thatch layer at only 2 centimeters deep. Up to here, the roots only penetrated. We started to use the Verti Drain. I can show you the results. When you started here, how deep were the roots? 2 centimeters. 2 centimeters only, and now 14 to 15 centimeters deep. 14 to 50 centimeters within only 2 months. The number of grass blades per square meter also improved. The more roots you get, the more dense the grass mat becomes. When the underground heating, laying 25 centimeters deep, is switched on in the winter, we are actually working against nature. The roots tend to stay superficial, or too high in the top layer, and the grass mat will no longer stick to the soil. Thanks to the Verti Drain, the roots will grow downwards deeper, so that the grass will be anchored firmly in the soil. Here you can see the thatch layer, till where the roots reached 2 months ago. After we started verti draining, the roots reached a depth of 14 to 15 centimeters. The grass is now in perfect condition, despite that the players train here nearly every day. Before, in the summer months, when the soil was quite hard, the roots only went up to a depth of 7 centimeters. Since I use the Verti Drain, the roots go to 15-16 centimeters deep. In the winter months, it used to be only maximum 2 to 3 centimeters. And now, in the winter, the roots reach a depth of 7 to 8 centimeters. And this is a big improvement. On an uneven playing field, the ball will bounce differently on different areas. The motions of the ball will become unpredictable. The focus of the match, and consequently most player traffic, takes place in the goal mouths and on the centre field. These areas are therefore harder, resulting in more ball bounce than the rest of the field. A playing field from goal line to goal line is never the same. There will always be differences. The Verti Drain can prepare the field in a way that the elasticity and evenness become uniform everywhere.
Zo goed als egaal is. De speler vraagt ook een veld.
The player wants a field being totally uniform.
Over de hele oppervlakte gelijk is.
Injuries can occur due to an uneven or too hard playing field. Shallow roots give minimal grip to the shoe studs. Twisted ankles and whiplashes become a serious possibility.
Fout.
It is very beneficial for the players. They will not slip easily, so they will be less sensitive for injuries. The mat is much softer, so they will have a lot more grip when they turn, move, so they will not slip. This is a very smooth, soft field for 100%. When the players jump, they will not pull their tendons or hurt their muscles. The Verti Drain is ideally used shortly before a match to make the field more elastic. The result is happier players and the conditions are laid for an attractive game. It was a very fast pitch, a pitch how the coach liked it. After the game, when we looked at it, it looked as if it had never been played on. The field is perfect.
Nu hebben we in 2000
During the Euro 2000 in Arnhem, how many matches were played? We had 3 games, and 2-3 days before every game, I verti drained with diameter 5 mm tines. There was no surface damage at all.
Geen schade van de Verti Drain omdat het maar hele dunne pennetjes zijn. Waterafvoer is beter.
Water drainage was improved and players had a lot more grip.
Meer grip op het veld hebben.
Hij wordt zeker 1 keer in de 14 dagen.
I Verti Drain at least once every 2 weeks during tournaments. Like the Euro 2000, including the final France-Italy, I used the Verti Drain before every game, especially in order to achieve a 100% evenness over the whole field. The big advantage of the Verti Drain is that you see no damage on the field. You hardly notice that it has been used.
Geen enkele schade ziet. Je ziet nauwelijks dat hij gebruikt is.
The players, who train here nearly every day, when we talk to them and to the coach, they are extremely satisfied. They love to train here. For us, it is a very important machine. I believe one of the most important machines we have for the grass. 2 days ago we had a match here for the Champions League, Feyenoord Rotterdam against Bayern Munich. We prepared the field completely and Bayern Munich gave us compliments. They were very happy with the conditions of the field.
Kregen we de complimenten van onder andere van de tegenstander van Bayern München zelf. Die waren erg content met de manier waarop het veld hier erbij lag.
Intensive use of the Verti Drain upgrades playing fields tremendously. Uniform, elastic playing fields and a dense grass cover are the result. This leads to better performing teams and more enjoyable games. More actions like these can be expected, since technically gifted players will have better opportunities to show their magic skills.